and flight service are headed direct to the island of San Pedro. Emergency procedure departure. Just to make sure have any boarded is equipped for emergency.
It's a short flight over the warm, clear, turquoise Caribbean Sea. If you're a scuba diver with salt water in your veins, Belize is intoxicating. Kimberly and I set aside 2 weeks to drop everything and let the Belizean island of Ambergris Key wash over us with tropical breezes, a steady stream of cocktails, and deep dives into a breathtaking underwater world. Diving with Scuba Steve is like buying a used car from a trusted mechanic. There may be scratches on the paint, but Scuba Steve will get you where you need to go. He's been diving here for decades. You know you're in capable hands when your guide puts his gear on underwater. I mean, what's the point of getting ready on the boat? That tank is heavy. Spend any amount of time around a tropical coral reef, and you discover that millions of years of evolution resulted in essentially a world that a 7-year-old kid would have come up with. She's a creative little kid, digging into a bucket full of magic markers and drawing out all the shapes and colors and make-believe creatures that a mind, free of rules and limits, might imagine. Soft corals are especially funky. At first glance you think, I see you, Mr. Trumpet Fish, hiding in that plant. That plant is covered in tiny fists of star-shaped tentacles. Down here, you have to relax your landlocked attitude and let nature take over with her mind-expanding ways. Maybe take a lesson from a queen angelfish. Hop in a barrel sponge for a spa treatment. Despite their name, black groupers change colors. They can be light gray, blotchy, or completely dark. It's the ultimate form of body language. In the reef, cleaning stations are serious business, and the black grouper is a serious customer. Our first shark encounters were with curious nurse sharks. These cool cats cruise around without a care. Most of the time, they were aloof to our attempts at making friends, but sometimes they were almost flirtatious. Kimberly found a hawksbill turtle, and I'm afraid we interrupted its meal. With its beak-shaped head, it's easy to see how the hawksbill got its name. Its pointed mouth is ideal for taking bites out of its favorite meal, sponges. Sea sponges grow quickly and can crowd out coral. So these endangered turtles are vital to a healthy reef. Don't let their nonchalant nature fool you. With streamlined shells and powerful flippers, sea turtles are fast when they need to be. The reef runs parallel to the ambergris coastline. We couldn't spend all our time underwater, so it was wonderful to begin and end our days at peaceful Las Brisas. The Las Brisas homes are 4 miles south of the fun-loving city of San Pedro. The main mode of transportation here is a golf cart. We put a ton of bumpy miles on ours. Life in San Pedro certainly caters to the many tourists, but the locals too have a paradise to enjoy. As a primarily English-speaking country, that made it easier for us to get to know those who call Belize home. Drive north for long enough, and you'll find yourself in the thick of the jungle and headed toward the Mexican border. After crossing paths with a very large snake, we backtracked to a secluded beachside bar called El Norte and took part in one of its traditions, making your own rum punch.
Yeah, you gotta fill it to the top. He'll make you do it over.
Oh, it totally went to the top.
Oh, he killed it.
Perfect. Look at that. Good job.
Thanks, Teach. Oh, shit, I didn't need room for the chair.
Good, right?
Pages. Stop taking pictures.
It's almost better when you make it yourself.
Dogtooth snappers love it when divers enter into their realm at night. Our dive lights help them hunt. They are in for a real treat when I fire up my video lights. Sorry, little fishes. Another tool the snappers use to their advantage are the agile moray eels who drive prey out of hard-to-reach spaces. During the daytime, morays are usually found tucked away, hidden in a cozy nook. It's a special occasion to see them sashaying about like a graceful green noodle. The reef's seascape of towering limestone walls, covered in coral, is a playground full of surprises. Some are big and menacing, and some are small and adorable. Caribbean reef sharks don't cruise around casually. They are on patrol. These beautiful creatures are 8 feet of barely restrained power, and they are aware of every single thing around them. They are awesome. At the end of our dive, Scuba Steve's son Eugene, who was still in the boat, decided it would be a good time to feed the sharks some fish from his cooler. Seriously, Eugene? Our 3-minute safety stop would be in the middle of a pack of feeding sharks. That's just perfect. And really, it was perfect. And then, as if the moment wasn't spicy enough, the surface of the water burst into a million fragments. Who knew swimming with sharks during a rain shower would be one of my all-time favorite things? During this trip, we spent about 10 hours underwater. On the one hand, we saw so much, but in reality, we didn't begin to scratch the surface of the wonders within this small piece of paradise called Belize. It was just a taste, salty and sweet. Thanks for letting Kimberly and I share it with you.